Good morning, children. How was the day? Hopefully, you all have gone through the previous class and you have done the assignment also. Let me discuss about the answers, and I know you all have written correctly. Let's check. First question was, what does Kabuliwala mean? The answer is peddler or traveling fruit seller from Kabul, Afghanistan. Second question, from which place did the Kabuliwala come from? What is the answer? Yes, I know you have written correctly. It is Kabul, Afghanistan. Third question, what is Minnie's father's occupation? Novelist. Fourth question, who is Minnie? What was her first reaction after meeting the Kabuliwala? The answer is Minnie is a 5-year-old innocent and a very talkative girl. She was terrified after looking Kabuliwala's bag. What was the name of Kabuliwala? Abdur Rahmat. Okay, now just let me tell you in few words last day what we read. We came to know about a family, and in this family the girl was very curious about the Kabuliwala, and seeing that person on the road, she called him but terrified by his attire and tried to hide herself behind her mother. But her father tried to make it clear that he is not a dangerous person. So he started to converse with that Kabuliwala. Now, next. As he was about to leave, he asked, "And where is the little girl, sir?" And I, thinking that Minnie must get rid of her false fear, had her brought out, she stood by my chair and looked at the Kabuliwala and his bag. He offered her nuts and raisins, but she would not be tempted and only clung closer to me, with all her doubts increased. This was their first meeting. One morning, however, not many days later, as I was leaving the house, I was startled to find Minnie seated on a bench near the door, laughing and talking with the great Kabuliwala at her feet. In all her life, it appeared, my small daughter had never found so patient a listener, save her father. And already the corner of her little sari was stuffed with almonds and raisins, the gift of her visitor. "Why did you give her those?" I said, and taking out an 8-anna bet, I handed it to him. The man accepted the money without demur and slipped it into his pocket. Alas, on my return an hour later, I found the unfortunate coin had made twice its own worth of trouble, for the Kabuliwala had given it to Minnie. It was not the first or second time. I found that the two had met. The Kabuliwala had overcome the child's first terror by a judicious bribery of nuts and almonds, and the two were now great friends. They had many quiet jokes which afforded them much amusement. Seated in front of him, looking down on his gigantic frame, in all her tiny dignity, Minnie would ripple her face with laughter and begin, "Oh Kabuliwala, Kabuliwala, what have you got in your bag?" And he would reply in the nasal accents of the mountaineer, "An elephant." Not much cause for merriment, perhaps, but how they both enjoyed the fun. And for me, this child's talk with a grown up man had always in it something strangely fascinating. Then the Kabuliwala, not to be behindhand, would take his turn. Well, little one, and when are you going to the father in law's house? Now, most small Bengali maidens have heard long ago about the father in law's house, but we, being a little newfangled, had kept these things from our child. And Minnie at this question must have been a trifle bewildered. But she would not show it, and with ready tact replied, "Are you going there?" Amongst men of the Kabliwala's class, however, it is well known that the words father-in-law's house have a double meaning. It is a euphemism for jail, the place where we are well cared for at no expense to ourselves. In this sense, would the sturdy peddler take my daughter's question? Ah, he would say, shaking his fist at an invisible policeman, "I will thrash my father in law." Hearing this and picturing the poor discomfited relative, Minnie would go off into peals of laughter, in which her formidable friend would join. One morning, a few days before he had made up his mind to go, I was correcting my proof sheets in my study. It was chilly weather. All at once, I heard an uproar in the street, and looking out, saw Rehman being led away bound between two policemen, and behind them a crowd of curious boys. There were blood stains on the clothes of the Kabuliwala, and one of the policemen carried a knife. Hurrying out, I stopped them and inquired what it all meant. Partly from one, partly from another, I gathered that a certain neighbor had owed the peddler something for a Rampuri shawl, but had falsely denied having bought it, and that in the course of a quarrel, Rehman had struck him. Now, in the heat of his excitement, the prisoner began calling his enemy all sorts of names. When suddenly in a veranda of my house appeared my little Minnie, with her usual exclamation, "Oh, Kabuliwala, Kabuliwala!" Rehman's face lighted up as he turned to her. He had no bag under his arm today, so she could not discuss the elephant with him. She at once, therefore, proceeded to the next question. "Are you going to the father-in-law's house?" Rehman laughed and said, "Just where I am going, little one." Then, seeing that the reply did not amuse the child, he held up his fettered hand. "Oh," he said, "I would have thrashed that old father-in-law, but my hands are bound." Okay, students, today we will end up here only. So, up to this, you understood how the story is going on and what is in between a middle aged person from another country and the relationship with a 5 years old girl. Read the story, learn the spellings, learn the meanings, and as an assignment, I am giving you few comprehensive questions. Try to write on your own. Till then, take care of your health. Stay safe. Stay at home. Bye bye.